It's pretty clear. You can put a stadium anywhere. On the side of a cliff, on an aircraft carrier, New Jersey. But there's one last frontier that has recently begun to get tackled. Rooftops. That's right, today we're gonna look at 8 amazing sports venues that are located on top of buildings. Vejdaac Stadium, Belgrade, Serbia. Back in the day, shopping malls were the coolest place possible. You went there, met some girls, maybe bought some candy, and definitely copped some weed. Well, at this mall in Serbia, you can do all of that, maybe, and also play professional soccer. Vejdaac Stadium, also known as Stadion Shopping Center, that's original, was built on top of a shopping mall. It was opened in 2013. It has the highest seating capacity of any stadium on this list of over 5,175, and now all of that is above ground. It's the home of longtime Serbian club Vejdaac, nicknamed the Dragons. The building also has on-site parking up to 984 spaces, and even has a KFC and a McDonald's in it, but unfortunately no Orange Julius. The Burj Al Arab, Dubai. Okay, this one is kind of cheating. In 2005, the helipad of the Burj Al Arab in Dubai was converted into a rooftop tennis venue as a publicity stunt in advance of the Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships. Roger Federer and Andre Agassi, both legends, hit the fuzzy ball around on the rooftop about 648 feet above the artificial island the luxury hotel is situated upon. The building actually comprises 39% of unusable space. Oh wait, there's waste and excess in Dubai? Obviously they had to play pretty soft because chasing down a baseline ripper would have you falling off the edge and plummeting to your death like the Chicago Bears and a lead this year. And despite it being temporary, this was still pretty damn cool. The Fiat Lingat Rooftop Raceway in Turin, Italy. This is dope. Built on top of their factory all the way back in 1923, Fiat decided that putting a test track besides their long skinny building was stupid, so they put that bitch right on top. What's crazy is the factory was actually closed in 1979, but the space has since been converted into a retail space, a hotel, they have concert halls, and even a convention center. The 1/3 mile track, however, is still active and looks like a crazy mod for GTA or some shit. They can race up to full-size cars on the bank turns, but often they just have mopeds or smaller vehicles up there. I can imagine a crash is not something you want to be involved in, or a good old racing fight either. This track was featured in the movie The Italian Job as well. Wrigley Field, Chicago, Illinois. Okay, so maybe the stadium itself isn't on a rooftop, but a significant portion of the seating at Wrigley Field is on real, actual rooftops. 16 of them, in fact. Originally, the roofs were just for privileged neighbors who got to see the games for free. Well, I wouldn't call those who ever saw them in the 20th century privileged. Then in the late 80s, formal seating structures began to appear, and building owners were very smartly started charging admission, which pissed off the Cubs. They thought of various ways to stop this early form of piracy. Windscreens, fences, you name it. Instead, they did the smart thing and forged a partnership with the building owners, and eventually the team formed a separate company which started outright buying many of the buildings around Wrigley Field. Of course, the MLBPA didn't like this as they wanted their cut, so in 2016 those revenues are now counted and split with the players. What else happened in 2016? Now, the rooftop seats are far from crude and are basically just part of the stadium. St. Leo University Lacrosse/Soccer Field, St. Leo, Florida. Faced with the challenge of a growing student population, but the inability to buy land, St. Leo University in Florida has a unique solution. They decided to put their lacrosse/soccer field on top of their parking deck and call it a day. Even though the parking deck is built into a hillside, yes, this synthetic turf field is indeed on a rooftop and can support up to 5,000 to 6,000 spectators, though that would probably be a record for a women's lacrosse game. The Marina Bay Sands Swimming Pool, Singapore. Not only is this one of the coolest hotels in the world, but it boasts the largest, highest swimming pool in the world, 57 stories above the earth. Apparently this hotel has everything, a Venice-style canal, an ice rink, you name it, and of course this huge-ass pool, which is 3 times the size of an Olympic swimming pool and could definitely host a swim meet or hell, even a jet ski race, which I don't know if they've done either, but I just thought it was cool to put it on this list. The pool was officially opened in 2011. Yay, water sports. Adidas Futsal Park, Tokyo, Japan. Opened in 2001, this was one of the highest rooftop installations on this list, about 12 stories above the ground. It was opened during the lead up to the 2002 World Cup, which was co-hosted by Japan and South Korea. The pitch was located above a large shopping mall and provides panoramic views for anyone willing to kick a ball over the edge. I hope they yelled heads up. It appears the buildings went through a massive change and renovation. However, the internet says that the Tokyo department store that was there shut down in 2023. So it's possible that Adidas Futsal Park isn't even being used right now. And for our number one rooftop venue, Union City High School, Union City, New Jersey. In both one of the weirdest but somehow coolest mashups of all time, Union City High School's football/baseball/field hockey/lacrosse/parking deck/entire school was all mishmashed into one multi-use building. Opened in 2009, this is actually known as Roosevelt Stadium, and it was a clever use of vertical space to accommodate pretty much every sport possible and, learning. Even though this hurts my eyes from a dual-use monstrosity standpoint, you have to give credit to the engineers and the school district for having the balls to pull this off. And speaking of balls, despite the huge fences surrounding the field, many of them end up in the street or a neighbor's breakfast nook.